Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss the second lesson of geography. That is lesson number 14, India location, geological structure and physiography. Today we are going to discuss the following points. That physiography of India, northern mountainous region, then northern Himalayan region, then eastern Himalaya and a great northern plain. Physiography. What is meant by physiography? The landform which is irregular and has some undulation on the surface of the earth is called a physiography. That means a landform which is not in proper position and the action of moving smoothly up and down is called undulated. Means the action of moving smoothly up and down on the surface of the earth is called a landform. So what is meant by that physiography? The landform which is irregular and has some undulation on the surface of the earth is called a physiography. It includes mountains, plateaus, plains. These are also included in that physiography. Glaciers, volcano, mountain range, then basin, plateau, canyon, then desert, inlet, strait, then island, archipelags, delta, river, then lake, then that peninsula. All these they are also included in that physiography. So what is meant by physiography? The landform which is irregular and has some undulation. That means moving smoothly. The action of moving smoothly, the up and down is called an undulation on the surface of the earth is called a physiography. The action of moving smoothly up and down is called a undulation on the surface of the earth is called a physiography. It includes mountains, plateaus and plains. So what is the meaning of a physiography? The landform which is irregular and has some undulation on the surface of the earth is called a physiography. It includes mountains, plateaus, plains, lakes, river, mountain ranges, etc. Then physiography of India. Physiographically, India is divided into 5 divisions. That is northern mountain regions. Northern mountain regions, this northern mountain region is also known as Himalayas. Then greater plain, greater northern plains. This here it is a great northern plains. Here it is written. Then coastal plains. Coastal plains means that India has a long coastal plains. This is from here to here, from Gujarat to Kerala, it is a west coast plain, and from Tamil Nadu to West Bengal, it is a east coast plain. Coastal plain means the places which are situated near the seas. That these coastal plains, they are situated near Arabian Sea. West coast plain is situated near the Arabian Sea and Indian Ocean, and east coast plain is from Indian Ocean to Bay of Bengal. Then archipelags. Archipelags means that islands. That these Lakshadweep islands in the western part of India, and in the eastern part of India, this Andaman and Nicobar Islands. So physiographically, India is divided into how many divisions? 5 divisions, which are the northern mountain regions. It is also known as a Himalayan region. Then peninsular greater northern plains. In between that Himalayan ranges and peninsular plateau, greater that northern plains. Then peninsular plateau, then coastal plains and archipelags. Then northern mountain regions. I told you, northern mountain region, it is also known as a Himalaya mountain ranges. It is an important natural region and it spreads that 240 to 320 kilometers. And it is not a single mountain. Means it is a complex of many mountain ranges are there. And going towards east, from here you can see that Afghanistan, going towards east from Afghanistan, then up to that it is passing through Nepal, then Bhutan, and then Bhutan. So from where to where it extended? From Afghanistan, Nepal, Bhutan, and in the eastern part of India. Then it has a more span, more wider in that Tibet area, Tibet in north, and it is a part of this Pamir Note. So it is the most important natural region. What is the other name of this northern mountain region? Himalayan region. It is how many kilometers? 240 to 320 kilometers. And it is not a single mountain. So many complex mountains are there. And it is starting from Afghanistan in the means Afghanistan in the west. Then it is moving towards that moving towards the east, and it also passes through that Nepal, Bhutan, etc. And it has a more that span, where it has more span in that Tibet, it has a more span. And this the northern mountain ranges, it is a part of that Pamir plateau, Pamir North. Then northern Himalayan region. Himalayas, northern mountain regions can be divided into two. That is northern Himalayan ranges and the eastern Himalayas. And these mountain ranges, no, they are parallel to each other. And the northern range is a greater, northern range is a greater Himalaya. It means it is three parallel ranges are there in that northern Himalayan region. First one is that greater Himalayas, this one. And the second one is that central Himalayas. Third one is Shivalik or outer Himalayas. So all these are three mountain ranges, they are parallel to each other. And it means a greater Himalaya, that is the loftiest, highest mountain range. And that in the Himalayas we can see many peaks. What is the meaning of peak? A highly raised portion of the mountain is called a peak. Near about 40 peaks are there. They are having the height of 7,000 meters. And which peak is the highest peak? That Mount Everest is the highest peak. Mount Everest, you can see here, Mount Everest is the highest peak, and its height is 8,848 meter, and it is in the Nepal and China border, and in Tibet it is known as Sagarmatha. And the second highest peak is Godwin Austen. And in the mountain region, it is very difficult to pass through the mountains, and very difficult to means construct roadways, railways, etc. So they are going through that passes. Passes means a narrow way to pass through the mountain is called a passes, so like Jalalpala, then Shipkila, Nathula. And Mansarovar is also situated in this range. So greater Himalayas that means have more than 40 peaks, and which means which is the highest peak. Mount Everest is the highest peak, and its height is 8,848 meter, and where it is situated on that Nepal and China border it is situated. And in Tibet, what is the name of it? Sagarmatha. And the second important that highest peak is other peaks also, you can see this Nanda Devi, then Kanchenjunga, K2, Godwin Austen. This one is a Godwin Austen, K2 or Godwin Austen. This is the second highest peak. First one is this Everest, and the second one is K2 or Mount Godwin Austen. And in the mountain region, it is very difficult to pass through the mountains. So some of the passes are there. Which are the passes? Jalalpala, Shipkila, Nathula, and Mansarovar is also situated in this greater Himalayas. Then second that parallel range is that central Himalayas or lesser Himalayas. This here you can see that blue colored, that is a central Himalayas, and this one is a greater Himalaya, then central Himalaya. This one is a greater Himalaya, then middle one is a central Himalaya, and then next one is that outer Himalayas. So it is means a great central Himalaya is situated south to that means northern that greater Himalayas, and it is extends. It is a width ranging 8,200 kilometers, and this range also includes mountain ranges like Pir Panjal, Nangtiba, Mahabharat, etc. And some of the hill stations are there in central Himalayas. That is Dalhousie, Dharamshala, Shimla, Mussoorie, Almora, Nainital, Darjeeling, etc. Then Gangotri, Yamunotri, Badrinath, Kedarnath, etc. are the holy places situated in the central Himalayas. Then Kullu, Kangda, and Kashmir, they are the beautiful valleys in this region. So that where is the central Himalaya situated? South of that greater Himalayas. And it spreads in a wider area. This central Himalaya spreads in a very wide areas, and it spreads with a width ranging 8,200 kilometers, and which are the mountains ranges including in that central Himalayas, Pir Panjal, Nangtiba, Mahabharat, etc. And which are the hill stations situated in the central Himalayas? Dalhousie, Dharamshala, Shimla, Missouri, Almora, Nainital, Darjeeling, etc. And which are the holy places in that central Himalayas? Gangotri, Yamunotri, that Badrinath and Kedarnath. Then which are the beautiful valleys over here? That Kullu, Kangda and Kashmir. Third range of northern Himalaya range is that is Shivalik or outer Himalayas. And this range it is situated to the south, and most of its fall is within that India. It is about a 10 to 15 kilometer wide, and it has an average of 1,000 meters. Peculiar valley formation have taken place in this range, which are covered by gravel, stone and thick sediments. Locally, they are known as dun. For example, Dehradun, Patlidun, Kotaridun, etc. So where that Shivalik or outer Himalayas situated, they are situated again to the south of greater Himalayas. And most of this outer Himalayas or Shivalika is falls in that India. And what is its width? That the width is 10 to 15 kilometer. What is its height? Means average height of 1,000 meters. And a peculiar type of a valley has been formed, which are covered with gravel, stone and thick sediments. In this valley, they are generally known as Dun. For example, Dehradun, then Patlidun, Kotaridun, etc. Then Eastern Himalayas. Eastern Himalayas, they are situated in the eastern part of India. And this Eastern Himalayas, they have a lesser height. And some means they are like a hills, and mountain ranges means it has the height of 900 meter or above. But that Eastern Himalayas, they have a lesser height, and some are like that hills. Among them, Patkoi Hills. Then Patkoi Hills, they are situated in that Arunachal Pradesh. Then Naga Hills in that Nagaland. Here is Naga Hills, Nagaland. Then Miso Hills in Mizoram. And means that Eastern Himalayas, they are situated in the eastern part of India, and they don't have much height. They are like hills. Among them, Patkoi in that, which are some of the hills. Patkoi in Arunachal Pradesh. Then that Naga Hills in Nagaland, Miso in Mizoram, etc. And they are situated in the eastern border, and they have a continuous continuation in Arakan Yoma in that Myanmar. Garo, here it is Garo, Khasi and Jaintia. They are in Meghalaya. This region receives a heavy rainfall. So dense forests have developed here, and it is very difficult to construct roads and railways here. So Eastern Himalayas, where they are situated eastern part of India, and they don't have a much height. They are looking like a hills. But which are some of the hills? That Patkoi in Arunachal Pradesh, Naga Hills in Nagaland, Miso Hills in Mizoram, and where they are situated in the eastern border, and they have a continuation with that Arakan Yoma Hills in Myanmar, and this Garo, Khasi and Jaintia Hills in that Meghalaya. This region receives a very heavy rainfall, and that is why dense forests are there. So it is very difficult to construct roadways and railways. Then Greater Northern Plain, and Greater Northern Plain, it is situated between that means Himalayan ranges, northern mountainous regions, and that peninsular plateau. And this plain is formed due to the alluvial sediments brought by that rivers. From here, that Satluj river is there, and from him they are called Himalayan rivers because they are originating from the Himalayas. Satluj, Ganga, then Yamuna, then Brahmaputra. So how these plains are, northern plain is formed. Northern plain is this is the northern plain. Northern plain is formed due to the alluvium deposited by rivers like Satluj, then that Ganga and Brahmaputra. And what is the height of this greater plain? It is about it is about 2,400 kilometer, and it is one of the largest river plain of the world. And its that western part. This is the western part. It is narrower than that eastern part. So eastern parts are wider and western parts are narrower. So where is that northern plains located? It is located between that northern mountainous region. So this is that north white colored here given, that is a northern mountainous region, and this is that peninsular plateau. It is situated between northern mountainous regions and a peninsular plateau. How this plain is formed? Because of the alluvium deposited by the rivers like Himalayan rivers Satluj, then that Ganga and Brahmaputra. And what is it means? It is how many kilometers? That is 2,400 kilometers. What is the speciality of this region? It is one of the largest river plain of the world. And which part is narrower? That means western part is narrower. Which part is wider? That eastern part is wider. Then none of its part is above the sea level, 180 meter above the sea level. And this plain, it is very narrow near Delhi. And the Satluj plain lies in the west of Delhi, while the Ganga plain is in the east of Ganga plain is in the east of that northern plains. And which are the cities? That is Uttar Pradesh, then that Patna, then West Bengal are situated in that northern plains. So which are the important cities situated in the northern plain? Delhi, Kanpur, then Lucknow, Allahabad, Varanasi, Patna, then Kolkata, etc. Delhi is also included in that northern plains. Sindhu river and its tributary. Indus river is also known as a Sindhu river, and its tributaries like that means when a river is flowing through many places, so many small rivers are joining with them. That is called a tributaries. So Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Beas, and Satluj originated in the Himalayas. Generally, the region between two rivers is called Doab. So what is Doab? The region between two rivers is called Doab. And Punjab is so called because Punjab is formed by that 5 rivers. This is a physiography that northern plain is divided into 4 parts: Babar, then Tarai, Bangar, and Khadar. That what is that Babar? A small narrow belt of gravels and stones lies parallel to the river from Sindhu up to Tista is called Babar. Then Tarai region, that they are the forests situated at the foothills of Himalaya. Then Khadar, it is a new sediments of a flood is called a Khadar. Then what is that a Bangar? The old alluvium in the plain is called a Bangar. So on the basis of physiography, that northern plain is divided into how many parts? 4 parts. Which are they? Babar, Tarai, Bangar, and Khadar. Babar means a small narrow belt of gravels and stones lies parallel to the river from Sindhu up to Tista is called Babar. Then Tarai region, where they are situated at the foothills of the Himalayas. And what is that Bangar? Old alluvium in the northern plain is called Bangar. What is that Khadar? The new sediments of the flood is called Khadar.